College of Technology in Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Today our students going to present the DB-based approach to database recovery using ARIES algorithm in hospital database management system. What is ARIES algorithm? ARIES, which stands for Algorithm for Recovery and Isolation Exploiting Semantics. It is a right-heading log-based recovery algorithm used in database system to ensure atomicity and durability of transaction after a system failure. It analyzes the log to determine the state of transaction at the time of crash, reapplies all the committed changes and roll back all uncommitted changes to restore the database to a consistent state.
Najan from SNS of Technology, Department of ARIES. I talk about the empathizing in the case study, design thinking. You are managing the two critical tables, patient and billings. Suddenly, your system crashes right after some transactions are being executed. Patients are waiting for discharge, bills are pending, and doctors cannot access patient details. I tell about the patient column names. Table of column names. Here you use the patient ID, patient name, age, disease and room number. Insert the value of patient ID 101, name will be age 45, disease fever, room number is 201. After create the bill table has the column of bill ID, patient ID, amount and status. Insert the value of bill ID 9001, patient ID 101, amount 5000, status pending. At this moment, imagine charges, nurses confused, billing staff stress and patient frustrated. You as admin must ensure no committed data is lost and no incompleted updates remains after recovery. I tell about the define the database crash. Now let's define the real technical challenge. After a crash, the database must recover so that all committed transactions are preserved, all uncommitted transactions are undone, the database returned to consistent state. This is exactly the ARIES is designed to do.
Now let's see how it works with our hospital example. Scenario steps of transaction before the crash. Imagine two transactions are running. Transaction 1, update the patient's room number, update patient set room number 305 where patient ID is 101. Transaction 2, update the billing record, update billing set amount 7000 where bill ID equal to 9001. T1 commits successfully, but before T2 can commit the system that crashes. Let's visually this timeline. Wall writes ahead a log records. ARIES use the write ahead log wall to keep a track of all database action. Each log entry has log sequence number LSN, transaction ID, action performed before and after values. We are going to see the log table. In this we have LS transaction action before and after. In that we have insert 10. In the transaction is T1 and the action that update is from 201 to 301, room number 201 to 301, and before action is 201, after is 301. Then 20 transaction T2 updated amount is 5000 to 7000. Before 5000, now 7000 has been updated. And 30 transaction 1 and committed no performance, and 40 T2 crash no performance. At the time of crash, the system has T1 committed and T2 is incomplete. The ARIES recover process will now handle this situation using three key phases: analyze, redo, and undo.
Hello everyone, myself Lavanya from ARIES Department, SNS College of Engineering. There are three types of phases. The first phase is analyzing. In the analyzing phase, ARIES scan the log from the last checkpoint to identify which transaction are committed, which one are still active. Here we find that T1 is committed and T2 was active at the time of crash. The purpose of this phase is to rebuild two structure. The transaction table, tracking status of all transactions. The dirty page table, identifying the pages that were modified but not written to disk. In phase 2, in the redo phase, ARIES reapplies all updates from the log, ensuring no committed changes are lost. So ARIES reapplies. T1's update is patient rule number is 305 and T2 update is billing amount 7,000. At this point, all log changes appear in the database, but we are not done yet. We must still check for uncommitted transaction and roll them back.
Hello everyone, myself Durga, Department of AIDS at SNS College of Technology. Now go to the third phase. The third phase is undo. The undo phase reverses all changes made by uncommitted transaction. In our case, T2, ARIES scans the log backward and undoes each action of uncommitted transaction. When undoing T2, the billing amount changes back to the 7,000 to 5,000. ARIES also writes a compression log record CLR to record that the undo has been done.
I am P.Revathi from ARIES Second Year Department from SNS College of Technology. I am going to conclude to summarize ARIES ensure three essential recovery properties. No committed transaction is lost, uncommitted transactions are undone, database consistency is maintained. Through our hospital case study, we saw how ARIES act like database doctors, analyzing, healing and restoring data to present health after a crash.
Thank you.